Okay, Father Moo back again. So here we are with another small Eurorack system patching experiment to see what we can do. We lost the Wogglebug, we brought in the Stochaos, and today we have my good friend over here, the KORG SQ-1 sequencer. He's going to be showing up today. In fact, we used the SQ-1 to make a single voice patch before when we had the Wogglebug in the system, but it wasn't really part of what we were doing. So we're going to do a similar kind of thing today. We're going to see if we can make it a bit more crazy with the other modules in the mix. So let's go ahead and start patching. We saw in the previous video, one of the standard settings for this little system is chips voice 2 out into the R2R's input, and then send R2R's output to the Stochaos. And get those little bits flowing. Just try turning down the oscillator speed. It's not helping that much. I'm going to another output on the R2R. I'm going to pitch it back up again a bit. Did we go too far down? Okay, yeah. That's about the best we can do. There it is again, flashing away. Stochaos is made by NLC, which is one of my favorite Eurorack companies. I want to make a video talking about how crazy some of their modules are. I think they're kind of slept on. They're not as well known as someone like Mutable Instruments or whoever, but they are doing some amazing work. But anyway, we'll work on that later. Another thing that's different from the last video is you got the SQ-1 back again. So in addition to that, we're going to use the disting for a different job. And I can tell you right now, I am not an expert on the disting. I have had it for almost 3 years, and I know only a few of its modes. It operates in so many different modes, about 70 or 80. So it's a real Swiss Army knife, especially for small systems. But Father Moo is not a pro at it. So what I can tell you is I set it to the module B4, which is a clockable delay. So if we send it some kind of clock, it should give us, delays or repeating echoes that are in time with that clock. The only issue, of course, is that our clocks, as you can see over here, are a little bit crazy and random. So the delay's output might be quite strange. But anyway, even if I'm not an expert in this delay, I know how delay works in general. I think I have about 5 of them in my Eurorack systems altogether. And I've checked the settings on the disting for what the different inputs and outputs do. So I should be able to make it do something good. I hope so. I guess we'll find out. So let's start patching. We're going to go back to red for audio as long as we can. What we've seen here, this is the output of Chip's voice 1 into Pinhole, and Pinhole's output into Rosie's input, and we should be getting, we need to ping the gate. Today I'm going to use the bottom right output on the Stochaos. It doesn't have a little light associated with it, but we should be able to use a light on Pinhole to monitor it. From what I read, it's supposed to be slower or more intermittent than the other gates. But it sure looks like it's going pretty fast to me right now. Let's try that old trick we did in the other one of also sending CV output 3 to the tuning of chip voice 2. See if we can slow down the Stochaos a bit. There we go. That's better. That's actually really, really good to see how slow the lights are flashing there. That's the way Moo likes it. I work in ambient, and it's slower tempos is just better for me. So I can see the light pinging here, so we're getting sound. Let's take a listen. Okay, that's already, because I don't have anything patched into the tune input of chips, but it's already making different notes. So the only reason I can tell that might be is because of the weirdness that's going on in the Stochaos. But it shouldn't be crossing over to the other output. Anyway, when you make a complex or generative system like this, you can't always explain all the things that are going on. So, yeah, I'm just going to set up our boy SQ-1 here. He can't completely fit in the shot, but he's okay with that. I'm going to turn off some of the steps so he's in 16-step mode for a single voice. And let's send... Oh, actually, I guess I don't need the gate output. Well, we already have something, pinging the input of pinhole. So let's just skip the gate output for now. We're just going to run SQ-1 on his own tempo. Who cares? We're crazy in here. So that's the pitch output for the chip, so that should change the notes. But the times when the pinhole opens have nothing to do with when the notes change, so we'll see what happens. Okay, we're definitely getting weirdly pitched Game Boy sounds, kind of like in our previous patch. Let's go ahead and do something new. We need to set up the disting to do the delay jobs. I'm going to have to dive into my gray cables here. And let me just check the settings on the disting. So the top input is feedback, the middle input is audio in, and the third input is clock input. So this will be clock input, one of the clocks from the Stochaos coming out into the clock input, which is Y. That looks right because I can see Y is flashing a bit. Can you see that on the video? Well, where this gray cable is plugged into Y, yeah, you can see the effect of it as it bleeds into the other output. The good thing about disting is its inputs light up when they get signals, so you can tell whether your content is actually arriving or not. I was sending directly to the output. Now I'm going to send to the input of disting, and more lighting up is happening. I can see there. I want to use the audio output of this, which is the top one is dry plus delay. Yeah, that's what we need. We're not going to use the send in, return in Rosie today. So let's plug dry plus delay out and send it into Rosie. We should hear our same weird Game Boy sound, but now with delay. Okay, that's working. It's a bit weird, but it's working. Let's do a little bit more. I'm going to send a CV output from Stochaos into the Z input for feedback on the delay, which should do some weird things. And I'm also going to send another CV output from Stochaos into the filter of chips, as we did before. Maybe get a bit more tonal variation if we're lucky. In fact, this is just about as much as I can do, so let's try it. Okay, so yeah, you can get either very growly, noisy Game Boy sounds out if you turn this knob, the waveform knob, to the right. And the more you turn to the left, you get a clearer but more subdued note. So yeah, certainly a very strange patch. You might be thinking, is that really music, dude? Come on. But I bet you if you plugged even a sound as weird as this, instead of using the disting delay, if you used one of those modern sexy delays like the hologram microcosm, you could make a pretty little ambient universe type of thing. Maybe we'll have to do that in another video to find out. But anyway, that's today's patch with SQ-1 and disting in delay mode. If you have a disting mode you'd like me to explore, please leave me a comment. And yeah, I'll be coming back with more of these small Eurorack system videos, so hope you dig them as much as I do. Peace out from Father Moo.